Hello everyone, welcome back, and for this video, instead of doing a movie review or video game compilation or what have you, I thought this time I would do a top 10 moments. Now, plus since I've been watching this show with a good friend of mine and we've been like really into it, currently we're in the Naruto Shippuden, so when I do finish Shippuden and then when I eventually get the Boruto, if Boruto is good, because I hear from a lot of people it's not, I would definitely like to do top 10 moments for those shows as well. And it would be a really long time to do a video reviewing all of Naruto since there's like around 9 seasons and so much episodes. So I just thought to sum up Naruto, like the original show, I would do my top 10 favorite moments from that show. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. At number 10, we have the formation of Team Kakashi. Now, right off the bat, I thought I would put this in because, man, what simpler times for this universe, because the show has really shown that it could be really dark, mature, but also has some really funny moments and, of course, a lot of training sequences. And here was when the Team Kakashi was formed, where after graduating from the academy, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were formed up as a team for Team 7, and Kakashi was their leader. So you had the sequence of them training to see if they would pass. And after all that, it's just like their how they interact off each other and all that stuff. I really like that type of stuff. There was some good team building, and you have a lot of that in the earlier, seasons, especially season 1 in particular, of them being like becoming a full-fledged unit. And you see with some arcs in season 1. I just thought I would put this on the list. At number 9, Naruto meets Konohamaru. Now, I wanted to put this on here because it isn't just when they meet, just whenever they interact off each other, it's always hilarious. Whether they're like in that picture in the thumbnail when he's like acting all high and mighty because he's like related to, at the time, is the third Hokage, who's the current leader of their village. He thinks that he's untouchable and he's all this and that. Naruto doesn't care, so he treats him like how no one else would. So he respects Naruto and admires Naruto, and he's like, "You're my rival," and all that. So their banter off each other is hilarious. How he sneaks around in like a little box like Solid Snake does in Metal Gear Solid was hilarious. Just their overall interactions off each other, and Naruto teaching him some tricks like the sexy ninjutsu and all that type of stuff. I just love their banter and how they interact off each other. Despite being a big age gap, I still think whenever they're on screen together, it's hilarious. And this show is known for having a lot of funny moments, so I just thought I would put this on the list because it was entertaining whenever they were on screen together. At number 8, we have Naruto learns the Rasengan. Taking a break from being with Kakashi, he starts to learn under Master Jiraiya, which he's really funny. He calls him Pervy Sage because the dude's really into women and stuff, which I guarantee you would not be made today, a character like that. But he is a really excellent teacher and one of the best in their field of ninjutsu and all that type of stuff. So he teaches him one of the hardest things to learn, which is the Rasengan, which only very few people have done. And so that whole sequence of him training to learn that move and how to do it, like the whole arc of him training with that, I thought was really cool. And I really did like his determination, even though it was tough and all. He kept persevering, he kept doing it. And I just really liked that type of stuff. It's really entertaining. At number 7, we have Choji versus Drabo. I probably pronounced that wrong, but yeah, so this is the first main battle for the Sasuke recovery mission, where Sasuke gets, they think he's kidnapped, but he willingly goes with these 4 ninjas who are spies, and they were working for Orochimaru because Orochimaru wants Sasuke to be with him because Sasuke, he's like, "I'll give you power so you can get revenge on your brother for what the brother did," which you'll find out later in this video. But what he really wants is his body, because after losing his arm abilities for another entry on this list later down the line, he needs his body so that he could use his ninjutsu and jutsu and all that type of stuff. So they're going to try to save Sasuke, but after coming into a dilemma with these other 4 villains, they decide the 3 of them will split up and keep going, and everyone else will chase them while Drabo will fight Choji. Now, this boss fight just really solidifies how the rest of these fights are going to go. It's really tense, and it makes you feel like the situation's dire because Choji's having to go to all these resorts. He wants to prove himself worthy and useful to his team, so he's trying it, giving it his all. He's even giving the villain a run for his money because these villains have special powers given to them, so they have to activate different like upgraded modes of their power to stand a chance against him, which is kind of funny because these are grown men and women and they're struggling against kids. But just the whole fight and how it ends, making you think that Choji ended up dead. Like, it really was dark, and it really was the start to show you how all these fights would go along, and I just thought it was a really great fight. At number 6, we have Naruto versus Kiba and Orochimaru. Now, this is from the Chunin exams, such a long time ago, am I right, guys? And what I really liked about this fight is this was like one of the first main things, because Naruto's always looked down upon, shunned, and everyone treated him horrible just because of the Nine Tails being concealed within him. He wasn't really well respected. No one thought anything of him. So this fight, I think, was really important for his character and all, to prove that he is someone to be a force to be reckoned with, and people should start taking him seriously. And even though he doesn't have his Nine Tails mode available because it was concealed earlier in that arc when he got in touch with Orochimaru, during that sequence of him fighting, like having to use his abilities to fight a fellow opponent, I just thought it was really well done, really entertaining, and it was multiple episodes, so it kept you wanting to go back to watch more. And just the whole sequence and how it was done, though, I really do like. At number 5, now this is a really emotional part, Naruto's speech to Zabuza. Now, what made me really like this a lot is because Zabuza, I would say, is really one of the first main villains that has like a reoccurring appearance in the show, because he's hired by Gato to assassinate this guy who's trying to build this bridge for this village. And so him and his friend Haku, who he wants, like, he makes everyone think like he's using him and stuff, and he's his only, like, it's really sad how when Haku, like, their only reason for Haku living was to just serve Zabuza, no goals, no aspirations, just doing everything for him. And so he ended up giving his life for him. And when Gato and all of them show up saying, looks like you failed, and talking all that trash to Zabuza, he was basically like, I used Haku, he's just a tool. Naruto lashes out and says all this stuff, that's messed up, that's horrible of you, Haku loved you, this and that. And all the stuff he says, and it's playing the fantastic sadness and sorrow music. And it even got Zabuza to cry, and I was like really blown away with just the short few minutes to make me feel and really care for a character that they were setting up a lot of episodes to, for us to hate and dislike. And I just really felt for Zabuza and Haku. It was just a really tragic event, but he did at least get his good ending, I'd say. I mean, he still dies, but he goes out killing the guy who basically used him and caused all this, whole event stuff. And it was really interesting and really good to watch. And it was really some good show, like good quality entertainment, I would say. At number 4, we have the third Hokage versus Orochimaru. Now, this is during when they had a plan with the Sand Village to overtake and destroy the Leaf Village. And, of course, everything doesn't go to a plan, as you see, but Orochimaru still gets to fight the third Hokage, who is the leader. And upon everything, he's starting to lose the battle, and he realizes he's gonna die in this battle. So he's like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna take you with me. So they get into this stance where he gets out like this demon ninja or something. It's crazy. And he's ripping, like he's gonna die. Like it's a jutsu that you kill yourself, but you take someone with you. It's one of those forbidden jutsu. So he starts to rip out Orochimaru's soul, but he's starting, like, he gets stabbed as a result. So he's struggling to take his soul, and he realizes he isn't gonna be able to take all of it because he doesn't have enough strength. So he gets just enough to cut off his arms, meaning Orochimaru cannot do any jutsu or anything. Like, his arms are useless now, which propels that storyline for why he wants Sasuke for his body and stuff. So this whole arc and fight was really epic and entertaining because it's these two giants that are really masters in their field, and just seeing them go head to head was just really great. And just seeing, this was the elderly figure that we respected and saw for the early seasons of Naruto, so to see him go out like this was really sad, but also really epic, and it fits with his character, I feel. At number 3, Sasuke breaks Zaku's arms. Now this in particular I thought was fantastic. This is the first real moment of the show where I was like, whoa, and I had to rewatch it a few times because I was just blown away. Because for like a kids show, and at the time I think this was considered a kids show, it aired on Cartoon Network, you have this group, these 3 guys who were sent to kill Sasuke and his team and all, and Naruto's knocked out, Sasuke's knocked out because of their past encounter with Orochimaru, and Sakura's just left there. Rock Lee, who cares for Sakura and all, wants to try to help out. He gets whooped, and so it's just her. So she stands up to the 3 of them, and then she gets beat really bad by Zaku, like punching her repeatedly, stabs her and all. Sasuke wakes up with the with the mark on him, like that Orochimaru gave him, the cursed seal or something, and he's like, who did this to you, Sakura? And Zaku's like, that was me. And Sasuke's really fast. He has all these new powers that he didn't have before. It was really crazy how much he was given by that. And he has Zaku in a pinhold, and the dude's like, please stop. What are you doing? And everyone's just looking in horror. And he says some kind of monologue that reminds you of like some villain stuff. And then the screen goes red and he breaks the dude's arms in front of everyone. And there's just the shock and amount of epic music that's playing, because it's playing Orochimaru's theme, which is some god tier music. Just that whole thing was fantastic to watch. I had to look at it a few times because I was blown away with how epic and well done this was. This made me really love the show even more. At number 2, we have Sasuke versus Naruto for the Sasuke recovery mission. Now, not only was this like the main fight that was hyping up throughout the first season, because we all knew they were going to fight, but due to what you learn about Sasuke with his motivations and reasons and what his brother did to his family clan and the stuff that his brother told him, he's kind of following in the same footsteps as like his brother to gain this remarkable power, killed his best friend to gain it. So Sasuke's going to kill Naruto to gain some remarkable power, and along with going to Orochimaru to get even stronger so he can finally defeat his brother who's slain his clan. And Naruto just wants his friend back, and made a promise to Sakura to bring Sasuke back and all that stuff. So they have really great and really deep themes and motivations throughout. And the fight gets really intense because, for starters, it's pretty interesting. They're at these big statues, which I'm positive is supposed to be like a metaphor and reference, kind of foreshadowing and stuff. I know I didn't say the best words there, but you get what I'm trying to say. And just the whole fight's epic. They both get some good hits in. Some transformations happen. Naruto goes into a tail form, and Sasuke transforms into a cursed demon type thing. And the fight is just insane. And the ending's really emotional and stuff, and it makes you really excited to see them encounter each other again, whether in Shippuden or whatever. It was just a really great battle. And at number 1, of course, for me and a lot of people, this is number 1, which is the Naruto versus Gaara fight. Now, the reason why I say this is number 1 is not only because the fight's epic and they both, like Gaara, who is pretty identical to Naruto, whereas he had a tail beast consumed within him like Naruto, which means both of them were shunned in their village and treated like trash and all, and didn't really have anyone. But Naruto started to have people like his sensei, Kakashi, friends. He started to gain more people, whereas Gaara never had anyone. And so his philosophy was for his purpose of living, he has to destroy and kill to give his life meaning. And Naruto wants to stop him. And so they get into this epic fight. Naruto summons this big toad that you've seen throughout the show prior, and they both like fight in their tailed beast forms in a way. Like, it's just a really great battle. And at the end of the battle, after everything, Gaara's just shocked and in disbelief as what makes him so strong. If, why is he fighting for other people and all? Naruto crawls to him and says his speech and does the sadness and sorrow music. It's just wonderful. It's really great. And just how he can relate to the villain and how they're really similar in ways, and he sympathizes with him and feels horrible for him and stuff. And I love it when stuff does that, where you can sympathize with your opposition and you can say, I know what you've been through, I've been through that, but you don't have to go down this route and stuff. I just thought that was remarkable and really great lesson, honestly, for anyone really to learn that, there's still a chance for you. You still have meaning, you have purpose. I just thought it was beautiful. I thought it was great. So with all that said, those were my top 10 favorite Naruto moments. Sorry for getting a little sappy at the end there, but these were some great moments, and I really am a fan of this show. I guess you could call me a weeb or whatever, but I thought this show was really great. Currently, I'm watching Shippuden and all, so hopefully when I finish that, I can give my thoughts on that show. Again, thank you all so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. And if you want to hit the subscribe button, that would be pretty awesome. And hit the bell as well to get notified when I upload. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!